Have you ever seen like pictures of hog farms?
I have on various videos that I showed in my class.
Okay. So, have you ever like known how the pigs are treated inside the farms? Like, are they treated nicely or?
Well, my personal opinion from having having pigs of my own and knowing the behavior of swine, I would say that maybe for their nature, that maybe they're not living in the best conditions for how their behavior is. But at the same time, I know that, you know, to mass produce pork like we do, sacrifices have to be made.
Can you tell me like how the hog farm industries, like how like slaughterhouses work?
I know that the pigs come in off a truck usually. They're stunned with some sort of either like an actual kind of electric shock or either just a really hard, you know, pop to the head, and it stuns them for a period of time. So they're basically unconscious. And then they're put like on a rail. They're hung up by their back feet, still unconscious. And then they have to basically slit their throat to bleed them, because if they kill them first and then tried to bleed them, like, it would be really hard to get all the blood out of their body, because by killing them out, by bleeding them out, the heart's still beating, and so it pumps all the blood out for you.
So like how are the slaughterhouses like regulated nicely, or are they like?
I know there's FDA regulations, and I know there's also groups, and I don't know exactly who the groups are, but I know there's people that come in and try to check on if the animals are being treated humanely, because we are using them for food, but it's expected that people that raise hogs and slaughterhouses treat the animals as humanely as possible right up until the moment that they die.
So they're regulated the same like in the slaughterhouses and in the farms?
I believe so. I think someone checks the slaughterhouse conditions and the farm conditions.
And how would you describe like how the hog farms like affecting the community like around them?
I know that there's a lot of talk. I mean, they do smell bad. Obviously, it's a hog farm. They smell really bad. So I guess if you're living in, you know, it can be a pretty big radius around them, that if you're living in it, you might get a whiff of just hog waste. And I know that there's talk about how the lagoons or any runoff from the hog farms can hurt the environment, because all that phosphorus that's in their poop can go into lakes and streams and rivers and cause algae growth, which can then, like, actually the algae can kind of take over a pond or a lake, and it'll kill out all the fish. So I guess as far as affecting communities, like if you live near a hog farm, there's chances that the water around you could, I guess, become polluted, but I think that's another thing they do a really good job of trying to regulate. So not something I want to say for definite, because I'm not exactly sure how often it happens that the lagoons like flood and that pig waste gets into the public.